There's more and more people today that despite taking vitamin D and even getting sun, can't raise their vitamin D. There's a reason for that, and I'm gonna share it with you. But I'm gonna say, I just wanna give some general education about vitamin D. Look, I'm somebody, as you can see, I go away at least 3 or 4 times a year in the winter because it is about getting sunshine. And by the way, these rays from the sun, oh man, they do way more than just raise vitamin D. There's something called cholesterol sulfate. I promise you, I'm gonna get to my point. I'm not gonna bore you with the science, but this is important. When you're actually in the sun versus taking vitamin D, cholesterol sulfate is stimulated. That's so important for your hormones in general, hormone production, your brain, your immune system, and you wouldn't believe how many conditions, diseases, cholesterol sulfate is connected to. You can't raise it just by taking it. When you do take it, because sometimes it's necessary, then here's the key. Make sure other fat-soluble vitamins are with it, otherwise you actually create what is called functional deficiencies. So make sure K, A, and E are there as well. But here's what I want you to hear. A growing number of people are taking vitamin D and even getting in the sun, and yet they can't raise their vitamin D. Here's why. First off, I did a whole free training below. Check it out, because this is what I've trained doctors on around the world for many, many years. There's specific toxins that are actually the culprits in specific organs that are actually the culprits of this problem. But it's more than just not being able to raise vitamin D. That's the symptom. But I can say this, most of these people, if we are one of them, because I was at one point, have symptoms like low energy, brain fog, because see, all of these things are responsible for other processes in the body, like immune system, gut health. So if we are having any trouble with any of those systems as well, or symptoms, then I can tell you there's a good chance that you fall into this category. In the free training, I talk specifically about what these toxins are. One of them ruined my life. And I'll tell you this, I didn't learn everything that I teach today by books. I learned it to save my own life. I talk about that story, obviously, in the training. But I want you to hear this right now, that vitamin D is important. It's all the rage. That's why I'm doing the video, obviously. But it's so much more complicated than just taking a pill. Yes, I believe getting in the sun, and something called sun gazing. The sun is here, so if you're in a winter climate and you say, I can't get the sun, you can raise, don't ever look directly in the sun, but look up this way. The sun is over here, I'm looking here. You end up bringing in a lot of the sun rays responsible for raising vitamin D and cholesterol sulfate by sun gazing, even just a few minutes every day. So there's a little tip for you. But look, what you're gonna learn in the training goes beyond, I know this, anything you've ever heard before. It's information that I lost my life to gain. It's information I believe will change your life. Check it out.